Welcome back to Jules Math Tools, where math is made easy. In our session today, this is part 2 on converting a decimal number in the tens place into a mixed fraction. And in this conversion video, we will be looking at fractions that we can simplify into its lowest term first. So if you're ready, let's get started. In our first example today, we're going to be converting the decimal number 8 and 5 tenths into a decimal form. Now, into a fractional form. Now, just like I did in my first video, I'm going to begin by first changing this number into its word form. So 8 and 5 tenths would be our decimal number in its word form. And remember that for the decimal point, we always replace the decimal point with the word and. And remember that this and simply tells us that we're separating whole number parts from decimal or fractional parts. So my 8 represents my whole number. I'm going to use a plus sign to represent my decimal point, and then my 5 is my numerator, and the tenths is the number in my denominator. Remember that the tenths in the decimal number tells us the last position of the number or the digit in our number. So that tenths is what represents my decimal number, represents my denominator. So we're going to add these two parts together, which is my whole number part and my fractional part, which will equal to 8 and 5 tenths. Now for this fraction, it is not in its lowest form. So what we're going to do now is look for the highest common factor that we can divide our 5 and our 10 by. So now, because our fraction is not in its lowest term, I'm going to be reducing my 5 tenths of my fraction into its simplest form. And we know the highest common factor for 5 and 10 is 5. So we know that when 5 is divided by 5, that will equal to 1, and 10 divided by 5 will equal to 2. So my fraction 5 tenths in its lowest form is 1/2. So now we're going to rewrite our entire fraction using my fraction now in its lowest term. Our fraction in its lowest form will equal to 8 and 1/2. Let's try another example. Feel free at this point to pause the video, convert 9 and 2 tenths into its fractional form in its lowest term, and when you're ready, unpause the video and work along with me. Okay, so just like we did before, we're going to begin by first writing this out in its word form, which is 9 and 2 tenths. Remembering that our 9 represents our whole number. We're replacing our decimal point with a plus sign. We have our 2 for my numerator and tenths for my denominator. And when we add these two parts of our number together, we will get 9 and 2 tenths. So this will be my decimal number in its fractional form. Now, because this number is not in its lowest term, again, we are going to simplify our fraction, which is 2 tenths, into its simplest form. And we know that because both 2 and 10 are even numbers, both of these numbers can be divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So our fraction in its lowest term is 1/5. So now let's rewrite our fraction using our new fraction in its lowest term, which will equal to 9 and 1/5. Okay, so I hope this was easy and straightforward for you to follow, where we are converting our decimal number in the tenths place into a mixed fraction. And remember that if your fraction can be reduced, reduce it wherever it is possible, remembering to always put the whole number back. Okay, so there you have it. Make sure that you practice some more questions so that you can improve your skills. And until next time, this is Jules Math Tools, where we make math easy.